What's going on, my boys? Welcome to an episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, where today we're going to be covering the brand new set, Dawn of Justice, the mini box that has been released, or no, not Justice, fucking Destiny, Dawn of Destiny. Now, this mini box has been announced. It's going to be dropping on the 10th of July, and I'm really excited that it's coming out. It has some amazing new cards in it. And I wanted to talk about the cards. I know a lot of people want me to make this kind of video. You've been asking for this video, and I'm getting used to making more thoughts on type of content. So I will be making these for you boys from here on out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down this list. I'm gonna talk about every single card, my initial thoughts of the card, and you know what effect I think it's gonna have on the meta. Now, before I make the comments about what the effects is going to have on the meta, I do want to say this first. Duel Links has a diverse meta, and you know, hold their horses before you start hitting with the rage and salt. The diverse meta in terms of these new rankings, how things are being broken down. Right now, I'm on the cusp of going to Platinum 1, and the rankings have got harder, but I've started to learn that as I'm climbing through these rankings and playing these different decks, there's a different meta on every single level, and I'm starting to find out that, you know, there is a gold level meta, there is a, you know, below gold level meta, and then there's a top tier meta. And I think the thing that drives that is mainly the pay gates in the game. So some people put money into it so they can make the highest, most top tier, most powerful decks, and other people have to play budget style. So the budget style, there is a cap to how strong those decks can be, and I think that's a worthy challenge to just go in and see if you can even make a deck that is top tier viable, but it's only common cards. I don't think that that's been done, or only normal cards or rares or something. I don't think that's been done. I don't know if it can be done, but most people have, you know, those plus cards that they farm plus other cards, so you can make a decently powered deck. So there is a level where decent decks kind of stay, and I think the decent deck level is gold. I think at this new stage, I think the decent deck level is gold, because gold has a very diverse pool of many different decks. I'm kind of going off subject, but I think that so far what I've experienced in gold, the most ridiculous shenanigans on top of my own shenanigans has been entertaining and heartbreaking at the same time. But let me just get to it right now instead of yapping my mouth off. All right, let's just do this. So the first card I'm talking about is the title card, the Sacred Phoenix. Okay, this card is really good. It's a level 8 fire. It's going to be ultra rare wing beast monster. During your next standby phase, after this card was destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, special summon this card from the graveyard, and when you do, destroy all spell and traps on the field. Amazing, because this isn't the only card that's coming out in this set. And I took a quick glance at the box. There are other cards that have come out that I think that could work amazingly well with this. There is a field spell that we need to talk about later on. The Hand of Nephthys is also out, so it's a way to special summon this monster without a tribute. And also it's a winged beast monster. It's going to be strong when other winged beast support comes out. We've already gotten winged beast support in that win box, so this card's going to be pretty nice. Plus it's a level 8 monster, and we don't have a lot of level 8 support, but there is level 8 support in Yu-Gi-Oh, so that's also a very strong level. It's just a really good card to have out, and that ability coming back, destroying all spells and traps, you know somebody's going to break that and use wild tornadoes with it as well, especially if you're using this deck in a Odeon deck and you're using bluff trap. Absolutely disgusting if you're destroying it with the field spell. But yeah, this is a really strong card. There are no decks currently built for this, of course, because the box set is not out yet, but yeah, this is definitely something that I think is I think it's a great card. All right, so we're finally gonna get. Oops, didn't mean to hit that. So now we're finally gonna get. So now we're finally getting Tribute to the Doomed. I don't know why I said that like 14,000 times. We're getting spot removal now, boys. Now this is gonna be an ultra rare. I know this is gonna be really salty people about this. I kind of feel like spot removal is a necessary thing in the game right now, and I feel like a card like Tribute to the Doom should have been a super rare, or at least, you know, accessible. You know, everyone's not going to be able to afford these, because I'm sure it's going to be, because it means the ultra rare in a mini box, so it's easier to get. But a lot of people, if you're spending gems, this is the card that you want. You want this Tribute to the Doom more than anything else. And it says discard one card, destroy target monster. Period. Great. Okay. It's fantastic. Face down or face up. Normal spell. Perfect. And there's so many good cards you can use with it. If, let's just say you want to use Thunder Dragon, Poke Draco, let's say, saying that you don't want to take a -1, right? You just want to blow up a card and kind of have the resource again. You use those cards. You can combine this with any Fiend, Zombie, or Dragon deck. These are going to be a must. Any deck that uses cards from the graveyard. So that my deck with the normal monsters, or Harpy Hunting Ground, this is going to be a fantastic card for them, because they can pitch a card easily from the hand, destroy a monster. Now they got 3 normal monsters in the grave, special summon that warrior guy, bring a guy back that you discarded. So basically that has become a free 1-for-1 destruction card. Fantastic. A great card. This box, this little mini box, is going to really add some value to some decks. And I think that, like, if someone is sleeping on it already, I don't see how with a card like Tribute to the Doomed, you're gonna need that. It destroys one monster, period. No, nothing else. It's fantastic. Now Mirage Knight has another card, Dark Flare Knight, it works with. I know it's kind of some elaborate combo. You got to fuse to make Dark Flare, and I think that's Flame Swordsman and Dark Magician, and then you bring out that guy, and then you flip that guy for this guy, and basically his attack can go up by your opponent's attack. So basically they're always going to take 28 or something like that. I don't think this is going to be all that great, and I feel like when I see cards like that, it kind of makes me be like, ugh, you wasted a super rare. But I mean, it is what it is. But they are bringing out this card, Dark Hex Fusion, and I am surprised that we do not have King Dragoon yet. But if we do get King Dragoon, it's gonna be disgusting. And I got that card, I go way back. King Dragoon, that was like my favorite card. It basically is the fusion of Lord of D and Divine Dragon Ragnarok. But I used to use Dark Hex Fusion as a fusion material to make that card, because you could fuse with just those 2 monsters on the field, similar to Contact. His effect says you can substitute this card for any fusion material monster, but other fusion material monsters must be correct. You can tribute fusion material monsters on the field, including this face-up card, special summon 1 corresponding dark fusion monster from your extra deck. So basically this card can fuse to make dark monsters with 1 other material on the field. A very easy way to say that. It's a very strong card. It's lots of dark fusions in the game. It should be a value to any fusion deck, especially the Dark Paladin. So I'm going to be looking to get a playset of those, because that's going to be just way too damn good. Ill Blood. Now I am excited for Ill Blood. It's been a while since I've like seen that card, so I don't really remember the effect, but it is a Gemini monster. It's a zombie 2100. There's a lot of good zombies coming out in this pack, and I feel like zombies are about to get a huge boost. So if you watched my last zombie video, then you'll be ready for these videos. I already released one about Vampire Lord, and I released one just called Burning Zombies, which is just more of a thick zombie beatdown deck. But adding cards like Ill Blood, Bone Crusher, and there's another zombie card that I think we should look out for in this pack as well. Great choices, but this card is treated as a normal monster, blah blah blah. Once per turn, you can special summon one zombie monster from your hand or either player's graveyard. When this card leaves the field, destroy all zombie monsters special summoned by this effect. So basically, this card can just summon zombie monsters from hand and grave. Perfect. Exactly what you need for a zombie deck. Ill Blood is disgusting. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Zombies just got a plus there. Magical Exemplar. Another great card. Okay. Magical Exemplar is what the spell counter deck needs. I tried to dabble with it, but it's just missing this card. And this is the perfect card for the deck because it's a 1700 spellcaster. If you are running the Power of Dank, you can be at 1900. Awesome. Each time a spell card is activated, place 2 spell counters on this card. Once per turn, you can remove any number of spell counters to special summon a spellcaster monster from your hand or graveyard whose level is equal to the number of counters removed. So basically, after you play 1 spell card, you got 2 counters. You can summon the Hand of Nephthys from your hand or graveyard to summon the Sacred Phoenix, which is an easy combo. And the example that was given in the video actually was this card, Tribute to the Doomed, and the Hand of Nephthys. You would summon this card, activate Tribute to the Doomed, discard the hand. Exemplar gets 2 counters, remove the 2 counters to summon back the hand, activate the hand's effect, sacrifice Exemplar and itself to summon this Sacred Phoenix. It's a pretty nice combo, and that could be a Swift 24 direct, and that's what they did and killed Kaiba. So it's pretty good card. So now Skull Conductor. Now this is a card that we've seen Bakura use. It's a zombie monster, level 4 or 2000 attack, and I'm unfamiliar with the effect. So if this card is face up on the field at the end of the battle phase, destroy this face up card. Don't know if I like that. You can send this card from your hand to the graveyard to special summon up to 2 zombie monsters from your hand whose combined attack is exactly 2000. Huh. That is interesting. I can't think of 2 zombie monsters I would have in my hand that would be devastating if I summoned to my opponent. So I'm going to leave a little question mark on this guy, and we're going to have to come back. We're going to find a job for you, Skull Conductor. No, we don't leave cards behind here. We make a deck for every card. Well, except Gate Guardian. They might not be able to work. No, not Deck Builder. I didn't want to hit that. All right, so what is this called? Heavy Knight of the Flame. All right, so I already like this name. It is a zombie. Nice. Level 4 fire Gemini. Okay. At the start of the damage step poop, if if this card attacked a special summon monster, you can banish that monster. Yes, that is a strong card. All right. I like that. We're gonna leave an asterisk on him because Gemini is questionable. Not necessarily sure how much I like that Gemini piece to it, but I mean, it's workable. Now this card is gonna be incredible. Now you better look out. All fire monsters gain 500 attack, lose 400 defense. That makes a Blazing Impachi go to fucking 2350 with Molten Destruction. That's stronger than Handless Combo. That has power creeped Handless Combo. This card stops Handless Combo with a Blazing Impachi. Okay, so let's just say you want to make a fire beatdown. Blazing Impachi, Goki, Molten Destruction. When you summon Goki will have 2700 attack, and if you use his effect to banish, to tribute off a fire monster, you go from 27 to goddamn 32. That's insane. You can kill a Blue Eyes with 1 tribute. That's a pretty good card. So Molten Destruction is what fire needed to go over the edge. That puts that fire ruler guy at 2,000. And you know, field spells are very effective in this game. And there's even a card that says when your opponent special summons, grab a field spell and activate it from your hand. How nutty would it be to activate, I mean, from your deck? So how nutty would it be someone tries to attack into you and you, or they destroy a monster or special summon or however the card is triggered, and you whip this out, and that Blazing Apache goes from 1850 to 2350, and they have to end their turn. That's gonna be disgusting. Defense goes down by 400, but it doesn't matter because defense is either you're over 1600 or you're below 1600 for defense. And if it's over 1600, you can live. If it's below, more than likely you're dead, no matter what the points are. Depend on the attacker, of course, but that, I mean, that just kind of seems to me what was always the scenario that breaks down in competitive play. Are you over 16 or below 16? And you know, you got to figure it out. But although a lot of monsters, you know, I don't know. A lot of monsters, people just attack right into the face downs, and then when you run into that 2000 defense monster, you knew it was gonna be that huge monster, or you was expecting 4-star ladybug. So I don't know, but that's just kind of how I see it. So in the end, I rambled all that for no reason. But Molten Destruction reduces your defense by 400 points. The point was, that is nothing. All right, so Super Rush Headlong. Oh wow, I don't know what that is. Target one face-up monster you control, declare one attribute. If the target battles an opponent's monster with the attribute this turn, destroy the opponent's monster at the start of the damage step. Dang. Super Rush Headlong. I'm not necessarily sure how that is gonna work in terms of the effect. I'm sure you still take, it's at the start of the damage, so I guess you don't take damage for that. So that could actually be a pretty good card. It's almost like it's basically, if I'm not mistaken, that's kind of, let me go back and read that card, because that sounds like a Sakuretsu armor kind of esque type card, but it's going to destroy it before the damage. Let me read it one more time. It says target one face-up monster you control and declare one attribute. If the target battles an opponent's monster with that attribute this turn, destroy that opponent's monster at the start of the damage step. So I think what's going to happen is you attack into me with your earth monster. I activate this card. I target your monster. I select earth. And before the damage starts, it says at the start of the damage step. So, well, not before the damage starts. Well, it says at the start. So at the start of the damage step, you know, you haven't dealt damage yet. So you're basically going to assess and calculate damage. And this card destroys a monster before damage is calculated. Therefore, we have a 1-for-1 quick play spell that can destroy a monster for free. Damn. Unless I'm reading that wrong, somebody's gonna have to correct me in the comments. I've never seen that card before. So, cause like I mentioned to you guys before, I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh for like a long ass time, like pretty much as long as it's been out. But I haven't played it in recent years, and that could be a new card that I've never experienced or experienced how it works. So I'm not sure, but should be interesting. Oh, is that Haze Flame Hippogriff? Is that the? Oh, okay, never mind. I thought that was the card that was in the that thing we were getting, the card trader, and I was about to say, why in the world is that in card trader? That would have sucked. All right, so Hand of Nefties, we talked about this card. You can tribute this card and one other monster, special summon one Sacred Phoenix of Nefties from your hand or deck. Ridiculous. 600 attack, level 2 spellcaster. Great card. Des Wombat, something, I think this card says you can't take effect damage or something. Any damage to you from a card effect becomes 0. Yes, Des Wombat. Yes, we finally got the card, the answer to burn. Des Wombat ends all burn. So people can just tech this in. I will probably tech in maybe one hot ass Des Wombat. That's the perfect card. You just summon Des Wombat, it's over. But also, funny thing about this card, if you have Des Wombat out and you got out Burning Land, your opponent's gonna take 5 and you won't. So basically they just take 5 every turn. So I think Des Wombat is gonna be a really great card. You're gonna see Des Wombat in play in a lot of Weevil decks. You're gonna see a Weevil decks turn into little beast decks now. It's not gonna be fun playing against Weevil, because now they're gonna have a way to lock your deck up, deal you 1,000 damage, turn all your monsters into insects, then burn you without any negative effects, and then possibly drop a green or yellow baboon on you out of nowhere. Plus, they still have the life through defense panda. Weevil is about to get stronger with these beast cards. Look out. It's gonna be disgusting. All right, so now we're getting a lot of Naturia cards. I have a little bit of experience with these cards. They have some very strong board control powers. So let's see what we have in store here. So this is Naturia Maroon. It says when this card is normal summoned, you can send a Naturia Beast from your deck to the graveyard once per turn. You can target 2 Naturia Beasts in the graveyard, shuffle them both. Targets right into that deck. And draw 1 card. Pretty good. That's a nice little engine for Naturia cards. Hopefully they come out with cards that make it work, but I don't know yet because we're still reading through the cards. All right, so now we're down here to the boy Haze Flame Hippogriff. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Nice. Once per turn, you contribute 1 fire monster. This card gains 300 of them things. And it's a 1 tribute monster. Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Can't be targeted, and he can boost him to 24. That's pretty good. What are these again? These are rares. Oh, this is gonna be great. Red Dragon Ninja. Now I don't know anything about these ninja cards, but they do look kind of fresh. All right, so he's a big monster, wing beast. When this card is summoned, you can banish 1 ninja or ninjutsu art card from your graveyard to target 1 set card your opponent controls. Reveal that set card, then return it to either the top or the bottom of the deck. You know I love that effect. Your opponent cannot activate the targeted card in response. I like that. Second line even better. You can only use this effect once per turn. That's pretty damn dank. That is actually really good. When this card is normal summoned. Oh no, it says summoned. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Gotta see what other ninjutsu cards we have. I can't really speak on that. Brush Fire Knight. Okay. So there's something going on with these knight guys with these red capes. Have no idea. I'm sure that somebody will educate me in the comments. When a fire monster is destroyed, it's sent to the graveyard. Send 1 fire monster from your deck to the graveyard. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, send 1 fire monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can only use 1 Brush Fire Knight once per turn. Did I just read that as a Mizuki effect? Let me try it again. When a fire monster is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, send 1 fire monster from your deck to the graveyard. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, send 1 fire monster from your deck to the graveyard. You can only use this effect once per turn. Dang, that is a sexy little Mizuki-esque effect. I am not well versed on all the fire cards, but I'm sure there's some shenanigans that will ensue with that. Fire King Avatar Yakasha. I don't know. Fire King, what are those? Okay, it says if a face-up Fire King monster you control is destroyed by a card effect, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can destroy 1 card in your hand. Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay, let me go back. It says if this face-up Fire King monster you control is destroyed by a card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay, that's the first line. So you can summon it if a Fire King is popped. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can destroy one card in your hand or that you control. You can. Ooh. This card dies, you kill the Sacred Phoenix. Sacred Phoenix is destroyed, goes to the grave, and on your turn, he comes back and blows the field away. Oh my god, that is disgusting. Oh, ugh, yuck, 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 yuck. That's gross. Dark Flare Knight. All right, you take no battle damage from battles involving this card. When this card destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, special summon a Mirage Knight from your hand. Ugh, yuck. Why'd you even waste the space? Ugh, yuck. Fire King Island is the card I was telling you about. If this face-up card is in the field zone and sent to the graveyard, destroy all monsters you control. Excellent. For cards like Sacred Phoenix. You can only use the effect of Fire King Island once per turn. And during the main phase, you can destroy one monster in your hand or that you control. Great. And if you do, add one Fire King monster from your deck to the hand. It's excellent. If you control no monsters, you can special summon one Fire Wing Beast from the hand. You can summon a what now? A Fire Wing Beast? I think that is a Sacred Phoenix of Neptys. If you didn't get it at this point, what card they're trying to push really hard? Which card did they actually are interested in you getting your hands on? Fusion Tag. Target one monster you control. Reveal one fusion monster in your extra deck. And if you do, the targeted monster's name can be treated as the revealed fusion monster if it's used for a fusion summon this turn. Oh, so basically I can equip Fusion Tag to any monster and then I can use it as a fusion substitute. Oh, that's nice. That's pretty cool. That could be useful. Good Goblin Housekeeping. I remember I used to use this card back in the day, but I don't remember what it does. Draw cards equal to the number of Good Goblin Housekeepings in the graveyard, +1. Then select one card from your hand and return it to the bottom of the deck. I remember why I used to use it. Basically, if you can build those up, you can end up getting a plus off of that, but I don't remember why or how I was using it back in the day. I'm pretty sure I had some little shenanigans that allowed me to draw cards for no cost or real fast or something stupid. Activate only when your opponent activates a quick play spell. Select one card on the field and destroy it. Yes, Anti-Magic Prism. You are gonna get hit with this hard under gold and under. I don't know who's gonna play it at the top levels. It might be able to get played at the top levels because if that quick play spell works the way I think it does, people are going to be playing a lot more quick plays plus enemy plus orders. I would probably run this card too all the way at the top. I'll probably run it because you know I'm running Dark Paladin because I know it negates quick plays and it'll win me through the ranks fast. So yeah, I'll probably use a card like that. That was pretty good actually. Sealing Ceremony of Katon. Once per turn, you can banish a fire monster in the graveyard and target one card in your opponent's graveyard and banish it. Okay, I'm sure there's another shenanigan card you can use with that, but I mean that could be useful in this format. There are graveyard effects. Puzzle Reborn. If exactly one monster you control and no other cards is destroyed by a card effect, target that monster, special summon that monster. That's cool. So basically, tribute to the Doom, Puzzle Reborn, and you bring them right back. Or they play that quick play spell and destroy your monster, Puzzle Reborn. That card does work the way I think it does then, if that's the case, because cards like that are and that other quick play counter is coming out. Vampire Baby. All right, now we're in the comments. At the end of the battle phase, if this card destroys a monster by battle and sent it to the graveyard this turn, you can special summon that monster to your side of the field. It's 700 attack. You'll have to boost it to hell, and I don't think that it's worth it. Vampire Lady. Let's see what she's got to offer. She's basically got the same effect as Vampire Lord, but she's got 1550 attack. And if the vampires had anything to boost, I'm sure that she'd be devastating. But I hope that we get the 500 boosting cards for all the attributes. That'd be great. I would love to play that, like Chaos Zone, not Chaos Zones or whatever it's called, that 500 boosting for Dark and summon Vampire Lady at 2050. That'd be great. All right, when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, declare one card type: monster card, spell, trap card. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I ruined that. Your opponent sends one card type from the deck to the grave. In a 20 card deck, that could be very effective. In a 40 card deck, not so much. Invasion of Flames. I used to use this card back in the day to get around Trap Hole. When this card is normal summoned successfully, no traps can be activated. So you summon it, no Trap Hole. But we don't have Trap Hole and people aren't using adhesive traps, so. Bone Crusher. Very excited for this card for zombies. It is a excellent necessary effect. Definitely a one of you should run in every zombie deck. When this card is special summoned from the graveyard by the effect of a zombie type monster, Ill Blood, you can target one spell or trap your opponent controls, destroy that card. During the end phase of the turn, this card was special summoned, destroy it. And then there are the zombie cards that works with that. So that's pretty good. It looks like the last couple cards are Naturia stuff exclusively. You contribute this card, add one Naturia monster to negate the act. Wait, it says, oh, you contribute this card and one Naturia monster to negate the activation of an effect monster your opponent controls and destroy it. Naturia Sunflower. Okay. That doesn't seem too good to me. Naturia Hydrangina? Hydrana? I don't know. If the effect of a Naturia monster you control is activated during a turn, you can special summon this card from your hand. And I used to play this card. Okay, so I see what you can do. Okay. Well, let's see, like that little Naturia card that lets you draw a card. You would use that with this Naturia Pumpkin. When this card is normal summoned, or any card that says normal summon, when this card is normal summoned, if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon one Naturia monster from your hand. So that's pretty nice. You can swarm the field with those cards. Naturia Beetle. Once per turn during the damage step, once per turn during the battle step or the damage step of this card's attack, when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can select one Naturia monster in your graveyard, special summon that monster from the graveyard. Okay, and then battle restarts. I mean, that's good. You can still get a +1, still good. If they're attacking you, they might already have advantage, but I'm sure if you brought something back, it'd probably be something to help you. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, add one Naturia monster from the graveyard, except Naturia Eggplant to the hand. That's interesting. Take it from the grave. Vampire Dragon. Now this card is a card that I need for the vampire deck. This is a perfect addition to the deck that I have built currently. When this tribute summon card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add one level 4 or lower monster from the deck to the hand. So when this card is blown up after you've soul exchanged and summoned him, he can search the deck for Mizuki. Summon Mizuki, discard, do his shit, summon another monster. Insane. We need 3 of those boys. I'm very excited for that card actually. Fire King Avatar, Kirin. Another Fire King. So if a Fire King monster you control is destroyed by a card effect, you can special summon this card from the hand. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can send one fire monster from the deck to the graveyard. Wow, These Fire King cards are good. And 1800 meters level 4. With that field spell, they go to 23. That'll be insane. Activate only if you control a face-up Deturia monster. The opponent's effect monsters cannot activate their effects. Insane. That's pretty good as well. Let's see. Bakonian's Bakonian Bark. Activate only if you control a face-up Deturia monster. Your opponent cannot activate trap cards this turn. And you could chain them though, but if it's cards like Emergency Satellite, then you can't really mess with that either. Alright, so look at your, let's see here, Card of Soul. Look at your deck, and if you do, you can add one monster from your deck to the hand, whose sum of attack and defense equals your life points. You can only activate one Card of Soul per turn. So you can get two 2,000 monsters if you add 4,000, or I'm not sure. I'm sure there's some shenanigans you can figure out with that, but figure it out. So Exterion's Fang. Not sure who the Exterion is. Activate if you control a Deturia monster and have at least one card in the hand. Negate the activation of a spell or trap card, destroy it, then send one card from your hand to the graveyard. Okay, that's pretty good. Basically, magic and or trap jammer. Use any card. Okay, Ninjutsu Art of Shadow Sealing. Tribute one ninja monster. Target one monster your opponent controls. Banish that target. While that card is banished, its monster zone cannot be used. When this face-up card leaves the field, return the banished monster to the same monster zone in the same battle position. That is great. Target a ninja monster and target one monster your opponent controls. Wow, and you basically eliminate a monster zone. That is actually really good. I can see a Ninja Weevil deck, and that would not be fun. Dropping parasites and getting rid of your zones and attacking any of your monsters with defense piercing beasts, that would be terrible. But guys, that's my mini box review. I think this is gonna be a pretty good box, and you should definitely invest your gems in it if you got them. But yeah, thanks so much for watching this video, and as always, my boys, keep it dang.